Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mariah, your Dairy State vegan, and today we're going to do a vegan pizza mukbang. Alright, so we got our vegan pizza from Ian's Pizza. It's our favorite vegan pizza in the city. Ian's Pizza is regional, but they have a couple locations. So they have 2 locations in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 2 in Madison, but then they also have locations in Denver, Colorado, and Seattle, Washington. So if you're local to any of those areas, check it out. If you're not, trust me, message them and ask them to come to your location.
Oh.
I accidentally ordered the biggest pizza they have. Y'all, it's the size of our coffee table. So this is the vegan cheesesteak pizza. And we got it with, this is gonna have to go the other way, hang on.
So
We
big.
have to spin it around. I wanted them to see the logo, but the box is gonna have to hang off the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we also got their vegan side sticks. So they're just breadsticks. And they have the best homemade vegan ranch in the world. So we got a bunch of those because Jeff really super loves these.
Well, so do you.
I do, but Jeff loves them more. He could drink it. So we're gonna eat some pizza and talk about some life updates, hey babe?
Sure.
Alright, so first we're gonna be really annoying. And I hate it when people do this, but we wanted to eat our pizza when it was hot and not work on taking 10 million thumbnail pictures and then getting it when it's cold. So we're gonna take the thumbnail real quick. Please don't hate me, I promise.
Do it for the thumbnail.
This won't happen a lot. Alright, ready, babe? Okay. We're done being annoying, now we can eat.
Can I eat now?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you could say, where'd you put the napkins? Just by him.
Well, I need it for my face. I mean, I could use it as a napkin, but I won't do that.
So I guess one way we could describe our past 3 weeks could be life-changing,
Chaotic.
a little chaotic,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of big changes. So we got back from vacation, and that Monday we had a blizzard and had the polar vortex coming through, and I got a call from my boss, whom I love. She is one of our very favorite people. She actually did a reading at our wedding. And the company that we rep for, she said she had decided to resign from. And so I kind of knew it was coming, but I thought maybe I had another year. And so we're dealing with my job changing.
Mm-hmm.
And being 3 months pregnant, and just kind of the uncertainty of that. She's being very generous with a severance, so that isn't a huge concern. But just, I've been looking into the real estate and working on that. I take my test in a couple of weeks, but now it's oh crap, we really need this to happen.
I'm sorry. This is really good.
He's just gonna nod through the whole thing while I talk, apparently. So that was our first big thing.
Yep.
I'm not super concerned about it. I think Jeff is more worried, or was more worried than I was. But I've also been through a lot more of drastic, life-changing, oh crap moments
Drastic.
than I think you have.
Yeah.
So I've seen just God provide for my family over and over and over again, especially through the season of being a single mom and being super broke. So I'm kind of excited about the adventure. I'm excited about just starting on a new career path and seeing how I can provide that way and what real estate brings to our family. Or if real estate's not what it's meant to be, something else, maybe YouTube. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Hit the bell.
It helps us a lot. Shameless plug.
Finger dancing.
So after that, our son, who is 10, has Asperger's. I haven't really talked about it on the channel at all, I don't think. And he was diagnosed when he was 4. I had him in therapy for some other issues, and it turned out all the other issues we were dealing with were Asperger's related. And he's really done great. He hasn't had to be on an IEP or really anything in a long time. He's done great in mainstream schools.
Yeah, he does fine.
He's so smart, like wicked. He tests well above not just like his classmates, but we're in a really good school district, and he's testing well above all the kids his age in the district.
Yep.
But the thing with Asperger's is when you go through big changes, people with Asperger's, and particularly just I'm speaking from my experience with our son, he's a creature of habit.
Yep.
And so when you shake anything up that they're accustomed to, it can cause more meltdowns, which we haven't really had that much of actually.
Mm-mm.
But what it can also cause is just a lot of tics, so making noises without even realizing they're making noises, or lots of fidgeting, things like that. And so we've gone through a lot of changes in this past year. We got married, and then the house we were living in, our landlords sold. Oh, he's excited about the married or the pizza?
Oh.
Oh. Hey, you need to talk about something so I can eat. The house we were living in, our landlords sold and told us we had to find a new place to live, and quickly. So that was right after our honeymoon.
Yeah, that was a really quick change.
Yeah.
That was a get out. Okay, well, we're gonna figure it out. And right before then, it was such a fast jump that we didn't know what the next step was gonna bring. We didn't know what everything was gonna lead to. But the fact of where we are now to compare where we were before, we've moved miles ahead as far as the home, the area, closer to different things that were walkable to places and parks and stuff like that. It makes it so much better. But yeah, right before then that was a little crazy.
It was a little crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We do love the new house and the new area so much better. And then last year, Cody had been in a school that was rough. He was getting bullied really badly. And it just was a really bad school year. So we had decided no matter what, he wouldn't be going back to that school. And he got accepted into a STEM program, which if you don't have STEM programs in your area, it was based on a lottery. So we put his name in, and then they drew names literally like a lottery. And if your kid's name is drawn, they get to go to the school. And he got chosen. So he also changed schools, but then changed his learning style too. It changes the style completely.
Structure of the class.
And in a good way. But so we've had all these changes, and then now I'm pregnant, and he knows he's going to be a big brother, which he's really, really excited about. But when you have Asperger's, all these changes can really, their brain is just wired differently. I tell everybody, not sponsored, but if you don't know what Asperger's is, if you haven't heard of it, the best show to watch is Parenthood.
Yep.
They give the best possible depiction. I can remember watching that show. I'm getting teary-eyed. It's just because I'm pregnant, you guys. I've been really weepy the past couple of days. Jeff is getting teary over his pizza.
Make the pizzas.
But they just really, as a mother with a child with something I'd never heard of before, when I watched it, the little boy on the show, I was like, that's my son. Like, he resembled Cody so much, to the point of when Jeff and I started dating, and Cody was doing things Jeff didn't quite understand, I said, you have to watch Parenthood, you'll understand him so much better. Where was I going with this?
I mean, that was a big learning curve. Yeah, it was such a learning curve with dealing with Cody and the way that he reacted to certain environments, to me coming into the fatherly role. Kind of really burned it, but just a small sliver of this gigantic slice. It was definitely a learning curve.
Yeah.
And that's like his school is changing. We've done that. I've gone through a vehicle. My other car decided to finally die. Got a new car.
Well, so what I was saying about Cody with the Asperger's thing, though, is he hasn't really been on an IEP at all. Which, if you don't know, an IEP is just like, it's a program in the schools they can use to help your kid. So they'd stay in the same like mainstream classes. It's just to help them how they best learn.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody hasn't really needed it in the past. He really understands that his brain works differently and is really good at self-regulating. But this year's been a struggle for him with focus, particularly. And so I've spoken with the teacher and the guidance counselor, and his grades are phenomenal. But he's just having a hard time being focused in the classroom. So I had a conversation with the guidance counselor the other day, the school guidance counselor on the phone.
Yep.
And we decided it would be best if they would do what's called the BASC test in the school to help him figure out and help the school figure out kind of the best course of learning. All the changes are just kind of bringing back the tics. Like I said, not so much the meltdowns. He's had some emotional days, but we haven't had full on. I mean, if you haven't seen like an autistic meltdown, they can be pretty rough on the kid, on the parents, on everyone around. And he hasn't had that, but just a lot of the tics, the singing while working or like clicking or fidgeting, all of those things have been extremely high. So that was hard for me to allow them to put a label on him.
Yeah.
Because I worry, I'm getting weepy again. I just worry that he is going to have that forever and that he'll be labeled or treated differently.
And I mean, in today's day and age, I think that people are moving past that and then knowing it's not necessarily a label as far as a bad thing. It's just people learn differently. I'm more of a hands-on person. Some people are more, they learn with books. So with reading, I need to be working with my hands.
I've just always been so protective of him. Because I also don't want his label to define him to himself. I've never let Cody like, oh well, this is why this is happening. I've always expected him to kind of learn and rise above and do the best he could with the knowledge we all have. So that was a hard day for me to talk to the school guidance counselor, the psychiatrist, and tell him I really thought it would be best, in his best interest, at least for the duration of this year, and probably next year too, honestly.
So I think he still has the same teachers next year.
He'll have the same teachers because of the way his school is,
Yeah.
which is going to be fantastic. So something like that is great for Asperger's. Like next year, he'll be in the same classroom, same teachers, everything, because he's in a small program. And the schooling, he's in the STEM school. It's science, technology, engineering, and math, and it's project-based. So everything he does is hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
So that is really good for a kid who's very fidgety. And then, yeah, we got the new car. And we have the baby coming.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be my first baby.
Yeah,
It's going to be a whole new avenue, a whole new adventure. I've dealt with Cody since he's been 5, so I've kind of dealt outside of the toddler years.
dealt with.
Been around, dealt with, put up with. But, yeah, it's going to be a whole new adventure.
We're going to see comments down below. What an awful stepdad dealt with. Blah, blah, blah. They don't know you took him to the hardware store to buy him a bucket to put over his head.
Yeah, we put a bucket on his head. But that doesn't sound good either.
Nope.
Yeah, everybody was giving us strange looks because he's making a costume, and we're going through the store, and I'm like, we're trying to find buckets to fit over his head so that he can make it into some DJ guy or whatever. And people are giving me funny looks when I go, here, try this bucket on your head. Try this bucket on your head. People are going, what are you doing? It's fun to get those
World's
looks.
greatest stepdad.
Yeah, it's fun to get those looks.
We also use the stepdad term loosely. I don't think anyone in this family even thinks of you as the stepdad.
No.
Jeff is just Cody's dad. So yeah, those are some of the big changes right now. You know, besides the baby, just navigating our income, my income, how we're making that work. If I have to find like a job in an actual office, everything changes. I work from home right now, so I'm like a stay-at-home work from home mom. I'm able to do a lot of the house stuff that just wouldn't get done if I had to be in an office and drop kids off at school and daycare and everything else and then come home. You know, and I know a lot of you moms do it, and good for you. You know, I remember back when I wasn't working from home and I dropped Cody off at daycare at 7 o'clock and we'd get home by 6:30. I'd make dinner and tuck him in. I never saw him. So we really don't want my ability to be home with our kids and flexibility to change, which is why we're really hoping the real estate thing pans out well for us.
And I mean, for what I do, I can't work from home yet. My place of business, my work, they actually will sell us welders. If we want to purchase them, they put us on a list that we can buy welders, and I eventually would like to do this on the side and do it from home. Do freelance work or welding up people's trailers or doing little side projects here and there, whatever, what have you. But right now, I don't have that option to work from home yet. Otherwise, I would. But luckily, I work in a position where I can take on more hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it brings in more money, which is good, but it's tiring, you know.
Yeah.
Especially with everything happening over the past couple of weeks.
It's funny because my goal has been all along to, with the real estate, get to a point where I'm making enough money where he can quit his job and just do freelance work. Either through the real estate or through YouTube. Subscribe. I'm just gonna, how many times can I sneak that in today? Just subscribe. My birthday is in less than a month and I really want to hit 500 by my birthday, so if you want to help me out.
Don't say the S word.
S word.
Subscribe.
Oh, I'm not going to. I'm gonna be 34 in case you're wondering. I'm old and pregnant, I know. Also, I'm only kind of joking, so if you're my age and pregnant, don't be offended. Yeah, those are the big changes. I have some cool pregnancy updates to tell you about, but I'm gonna save that for my pregnancy update video. And I thought I would go...
Like what? The heartbeat?
I'm saving it for my pregnancy update video.
Like what?
Or I won't have a video to make.
People want to know.
The people can watch the next video. Oh, he's so impatient.
The people wish they had smell-o-vision because this stuff is...
It's so good.
Yeah, I don't know what... some vegan cheeses, I mean, we
They use Daiya though, and Daiya we usually don't like.
No, and that's the
It's
thing.
like they have some sort of voodoo that makes it delicious all of a sudden. You want to answer some questions and answers?
You want to answer some questions and answers? Well, I can answer
Answer
questions.
some questions.
But I don't have any A's for A's, so I can't
Shut up.
answer an answer.
Shut up.
But sure, yeah. You ask me some questions and I'll go with it.
Well, no. People ask me questions and we're going to answer them. We give the people what they want. So I asked you guys on Instagram last week and we ended up being delayed on the mukbang
On the IG.
to ask me some questions. And you came through with some good ones.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm going to read these off and we're going to answer them. Oh, crap. I lost them. Hang on. I got this.
Did you take a screenshot?
Yep.
Huh. There they go.
Okay. Living with Cambria, one of my favorite channels, asked, she's my little sister, just so you know, but she's got an awesome cleaning motivation channel. Awesome. So check her out. I'm going to link everybody who asked me a question that has a channel. I'm going to link down below in my description box so you can check them out because they're all really, really awesome. Who is my favorite vegan channel? This one's really hard because I have so many that I really, really like.
The Vegan View.
I would have to say the Vegan View is my favorite. But all the girls on there have their own separate channels then. So you have Nisha Balasara has Lose Your Veganity, and she is Indian and does just some really cool videos. She did a What's My Indian Spice Cupboard video a couple months ago that I really, really loved. Then you have Nikki Vegan, who makes like the most beautiful food, and her voice is super soothing. And then Hannah Hagler does a lot of vegan fashion videos. So I love all of them. But if I'm looking for like information on nutrition or to rebut some, I'll get there. I'm talking nutrition, or to rebut some like common misconceptions about veganism. I love Mike the Vegan, and then nutrition.org is another good one. That's Dr. Greger's channel. And then if you want like fancy recipes, like something for a party, definitely Avant-Garde Vegan. But the Vegan View is definitely where I would say start. A lot of people think that like vegans are angry and they hate everybody and they spend all this time yelling. And I think the girls on the Vegan View are just super compassionate and sweet and fun. And they show like the positive, good side of veganism. And I really enjoy that about them.
Yeah.
So, there you go. That was my long-winded answer. Dang, I lost it because my phone locked. What's the next question?
I don't know. You ask me.
Okay, Tara Shattuck said, she said, you are one of the most positive and uplifting people I've ever met. How do you stay so positive in hard times? What do you do to cope? Love you, girl. Oh, you're the positive one? I don't always stay super positive, but I try. I try really hard to always find the positive spin. I let myself cry when I feel like I need to cry. The other day I sat in my car after talking to the counselor. You have like crazy hair coming out of your eyebrow. And I cried for a while. And then you kind of just have to like acknowledge those emotions, and that's okay to have them, and then move on. I say it all the time, worrying doesn't serve me. There's nothing about worrying that helps the situation at all. If anything, it makes it worse. And so I try really hard to kind of skip that step, skip the worry step. And it helps to look back at really hard times that I've gotten through, you know. I was in a really abusive marriage and was in an abusive marriage. Had to move across country while pregnant. And I have a great kid. I'm not in that marriage. There was a point in my life when I really, really didn't have hardly any money, and I was paying for childcare and working full time and working almost 7 days a week most weeks. And we lived in a very tiny one-bedroom apartment, and I slept on the couch. And everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And just every single time, those seasons have changed. Seasons come and they go quickly, and God's always provided. So I would say that's what keeps me positive, is just remembering, like, this isn't the end of the world. This is just a season, and there's always something to learn from it. So I would say that's how I stay positive. How do you stay positive?
I don't.
I continuously
It
remind
is,
him.
yeah, it's...
I drive him crazy, actually, with my positivity sometimes.
It's every once in a while you see somebody that has so much sunshine that you would wish they would just stub their toe. That's just something small. Not ruin their world or set their house on fire. It's more like just do something. I don't know. But, yes, she is the more positive one in the marriage.
I do stub my toe, I just don't cry about it as much. I just lost my job.
Yeah.
I'd call that a pretty bad stub toe.
Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, that was Tara Shattuck. She has a channel too, and she is 33 or 34 weeks pregnant right now. No, it's just a screenshot, baby. So I'll link hers below too. Check her out because she does like pregnancy updates and all this awesome stuff. Jessie at Home asked a couple of questions. Also has a channel. Love her. Gender reveal party, yay or nay? We're not 100% if we're going to find out the gender of the baby yet. But if we do, I used to be so against the gender reveal party, you guys.
But it's more, it would be, if we're gonna do a gender reveal party, it's just a party. That's all it
So
is.
if we do it, and we're talking about it now just because, I don't know, it's an excuse to have everybody in one place to tell them.
Just to hang out too, like just as a.
I used to think gender reveal parties were just, ooh, hiccups. I blame it on the baby.
I can't blame it on anything when I'm hiccuping.
I used to think gender reveal parties were just kind of a crappy way to like get more presents from people.
Yeah.
And I still feel that way if people expect presents. I don't. But we think we just want to get people together in our house, like just our like closest friends, probably everyone who's in our bridal party, my sisters and his parents. My parents are out of state, and do like a little gender reveal brunch. But it'll be small. It's not going to be. You had food in your beer. It's not going to be anything like really big or extravagant.
Yeah.
And we're thinking if we find out, I don't know if I can handle this or not, but my friend would help us put it together because somebody has to like make the cake. So we're thinking we'll get the envelope sealed and have them not tell us at the anatomy scan, which is going to be so hard for me. And then we won't find out till the gender reveal party either. So pretty much I'm going to be like going insane for 2 whole days after the anatomy scan. And I have to sit in the hour-long scan knowing they know but not knowing. So, anyways, if we find out, it's going to be a yay. And I'm ashamed to say it, but it's going to happen. What YouTubers influence you the most? Babe, you can answer this. I already answered like my favorite vegan YouTubers, and I think they influence me. But what YouTubers influence you? Like,
Influence me the most? That's I would say that influence me the most in what I do or what I think about or projects is probably one of them is the King of Random.
yeah.
I like the King of Random.
I know another one.
Yeah, I know you do. King of Random. There's Backyard Scientists. He's another really good one. He does, sometimes he talks over my head with the science of it, but it's still fun to watch. He's very intelligent. There's another one. I know the other one, but I'm trying to think of who's another one that I watch a lot. Good Mythical Morning, but you just have to watch them. And then also there's Crazy Russian Hacker.
Mm-hmm.
And Household Hacker. But Crazy Russian Hacker, you'd have to see his videos to understand why and the humor behind it, because he's being very genuine and he's not trying to be funny, but it's so blatantly.
Him and his wife are really cute, though.
Yeah, they are. And he's got some huskies, he's got dogs and stuff like that. And he has 2 huskies and a Malamute. But yeah, that's really interesting. But yeah, I watch those. I watch pointless things and other videos that educate me in some stupid way.
Yeah. He watches Crazy Russian Hacker, like, all the time.
Yep.
Welcome back to my laboratory.
Where
safety is never. I can't do a Russian accent. Sorry if you're Russian. I just insulted you. I'm real bad with accents. What was my favorite video to make? And then what was my least favorite? The struggle to make. My favorite video I've made.
Favorite video. Favorite video.
You know what I think it was? I think it was
Spicy Noodle Challenge, or you painting the pot. Us painting the ornaments and her.
It was my pregnancy announcement video.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably the pregnancy.
I did the live pregnancy test.
I painted a pretty ornament.
And I totally fooled Jeff and Cody, and it's probably my favorite just because it's such precious memories to keep. So that was probably my favorite to make. My least favorite in the struggle, you guys never saw, because I tried to vlog one day. Remember? We went to like Oro and Target and Trader Joe's, and I vlogged. I mean, I had like the craziest day. A spatula melted in my dishwasher.
Yep.
Then I spilled green bean casserole all over the floor, and it would have made such a good vlog because the day was just kind of going sideways, and we were laughing about it. And more than half of the videos ended up corrupted, and I couldn't upload it. So I had vlogged all day long and did like vlogger things you're supposed to do. I went to Target.
We walked through parking lots.
We did all this stuff. And I mean, I didn't even have enough footage to piece something together.
No, that
So
would've been
that's why you've never seen a vlog, because I was so traumatized by all that work to not be able to upload. So I've been terrified to vlog ever since. So, yeah. And then Jessie at Home's final question. Are you tired of me asking questions, she says? Never. Never tired of it. Panda Shorts says, what's the size of the baby now?
A jalapeno.
And the baby is the size of a jalapeno. We're 13 weeks and 1 day right now.
A jalapeno.
My biggest cravings so far.
Carbs.
Anything carbs, yeah. Bread. Fruit. Fruit has been it lately. I've been eating a ton of berries lately. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries.
Yep.
I ate that for breakfast today.
Yep.
I ate it as a snack the other day. I really, really like juicy, cold fruit, especially berries. I haven't really been into bananas or oranges or any of that. It's really just been like strawberries and raspberries and blueberries.
Mm-hmm.
Has been huge.
Yeah.
For me. And like tons of water. I'm super thirsty.
Speaking of, do you need water?
No, I have some, but thank you, babe.
I'm thirsty.
What is my go-to Prego comfort food?
Ben & Jerry's vegan ice cream.
I've had that twice.
That's your comfort food when you're really feeling. I'll get a text message. Can you get ice cream?
But that's been twice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
been
one that
my
I
comfort
remember.
food. I don't think I've needed any like pregnancy comfort foods yet. Honestly.
Yeah, that's. I can only remember twice when you wanted ice cream.
Yeah.
You wanted a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
That's about it, really. Yeah, that's just like that and sugars and carbs.
Yeah. But I've been trying to fix those cravings. This is not our normal dinner. I've been making a lot of whole food, plant-based meals. I'm really conscious about what I eat, it mostly being really healthy because I'm growing a human.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually lost 7 pounds throughout the course of this pregnancy. So, and my doctor is not concerned about that at all. So that's sweet. And I haven't been sick. I just lost weight because I eat really healthy, and apparently the baby revs up my metabolism. So I think I have one more question from Dara Does Life. If you guys have not watched Dara Does Life, I love all the other channels, but this girl is so funny. She's the sarcastic one. You've seen her. Anyways, she's from Canada and she's hysterical. She does some cleaning videos, but she just does these funny, sarcastic videos. You have to check her out. She wants to know the story behind becoming vegan. Okay, so this is a little bit of a story. I went vegan 5 years ago, I should say plant-based, because I worked with this girl. Oh God, if she sees this, I'll feel so bad.
Oh.
I don't work with her anymore. She did not like me. We have very different views on the world in general, and she just didn't like me. And she was constantly like, she was vegetarian. And she was like, you could never do that. And I don't know why she would always say that to me. But so I said, you know what? I'll one up you. I'll go vegan for 30 days. And I just thought I was going to get this girl to like stop being such a pain in the butt. And so I went vegan, like whole foods, plant-based. It was Daytona Beach, Florida, so it was very hard to find vegan products, like replacement products, especially it was like 5.5 years ago. And within less than a week, I started feeling really good. Like brain fog lifted, started feeling a lot of energy, and I thought, oh crap, I did this as like a challenge to prove to my coworker I could do it, and now I actually think I like it. So I made it to the 30 days and went past it. I just kept with it. And when I moved up to Wisconsin, kept with it still. It's so much easier in Milwaukee to be vegan than in Daytona.
There's so many places.
Hard to not let yourself get sucked into junk food vegan when you first move here because there's so many places.
This has vegetables on it. It's healthy.
Yeah. But I mean, there's so many options, and it's just a much more vegan-friendly area. So I stayed vegan. Even restaurants around here have good vegan options. And then I met Jeff, and we started dating. And you knew I was vegan in the beginning, because when we went out to that birthday party, I got vegan tacos.
Yeah, we went to
Bel Air Cantina.
Was it Bel Air at that time?
Yeah. And so he knew I was vegan, but we were newly dating. And once we started getting serious and I knew I was going to have to start cooking for him, he just was like, oh, tofu's gross, blah, blah, blah. And at this time, I was definitely plant-based. There was no, concern about the environment on my part or the way people are treated in the food industry, like the food processing industry. And I know knowledge of, Big Ag and all of that I know now that, reflects the way I eat a lot as well. And so I was like, well, I'm just vegan for health purposes. I want to impress this guy with my foods. I'll switch to a ketogenic diet. Big mistake, y'all. There are health things I'm dealing with now that if I hadn't gone keto, I don't think I'd be dealing with.
We wouldn't have learned the fact that I'm dairy, I can't do lactose. If we wouldn't have gone to the ketogenic where there's a lot of butter, cheese, and things like that, that's when I started noticing I was feeling terrible.
But I put on weight, and everybody was like, oh, maybe you're doing it wrong. People lose weight on the keto diet. I started feeling really, really lethargic all the time. And then I thought I had a hormone imbalance. I just turned 30. And so I was like, well, maybe I just need to exercise more. And
there's stuff falling out of your... Sorry.
So this is a long story. But so anyways, then we start planning our wedding. And I told Jeff, I said, when I felt the absolute best and healthiest in my life is when I was eating a vegan diet. And I should try it again. And so I did.
Yep.
And man, it's made such a change in my energy levels. I'm losing weight slowly, but it's coming off. Again, brain fog is gone. I used to get tingly fingers, and I don't at all anymore. And so, and then as I've kind of gone through the process of eating vegan this time around, I've learned a lot more about, we watch What the Health, which I know there's a lot of pushback on, but what Big Ag does to people in low-income areas was one of the things that hit me the hardest, I think, because I can remember just not having money, and I can't imagine generationally being poor and just being trapped and having no say over your water being contaminated and your air being contaminated and not being able to get out of there. And just the environment. And so it definitely switched gears for me. But that is my story of being vegan and not vegan and now back and never ever turning back again. Ever.
And the best thing is nowadays you don't have to.
No.
There's so many alternatives. There's the bogus thing, if you don't get enough protein, you don't get enough of this.
I got my blood tested yesterday at the doctor, and everybody's like, be careful with your iron because you're vegan and you might need iron supplements. My iron was perfect, perfect. And it's just because I make sure to eat plenty of beans and extra greens throughout the day. And I'm more conscious of what I put in my body than anyone on the standard American diet who's like, oh, where are you going to get your protein? Well, not from the McDonald's drive-thru, So yeah, it's so easy to be vegan, and I feel so much better. And honestly, he feels so much better eating mostly vegan.
Yeah, and a lot of people think, oh, well, you're a man, you should eat meat and this and that.
Or that I'm forcing him.
And then she's forcing me. It's not the case.
Yeah.
It's purely choice. I'm an adult. I can make if I tell her I don't want to eat that tonight, I don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna second guess it, and I'm not being malnourished by having veggies. Believe me, it doesn't happen. But a lot of people think that it's a burden, or oh, you shouldn't be eating that, or whatever. You should escape and get go have a steak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly vegan, but not all the way. Every once in a while I do, but that's my personal choice.
He's learning a lot about how much some people like hate the whole vegan movement.
Oh my lord. I have seen so many snowflakes on social media. If I post anything about...
Just me making a good meal.
For example, the other couple months ago, I made a post she made with chow cheese and the grilled cheese with chow cheese, the creamy, I think it's the
creamy white
chow cheese, really good, and then tomato soup with almond milk.
I made it on pumpernickel bread. It was delicious.
Yeah, really good. I posted a picture of it. I said, my wife made me this delicious meal. I have never seen 137 comments from somebody so hurt by the fact that I'm not having meat.
Mm-hmm.
Why does another individual care what I put into my body? You eat what you eat, I eat what I eat, and we're gonna leave it at that.
And he told us, like, he said, like, oh, you think you're so enlightened now that you're vegan, and we literally didn't say anything. He just posted a picture.
I said, hey, I had a great dinner.
And then,
That's it. Look at this.
And then I had posted some facts, because he said, and I can't remember exactly, but he said something stupid, so I just posted some facts, and he's like, here's the vegan angry hatred coming out, and I was like, whoa, like, I'm not an angry, hateful person, but you, like, attacked what I cooked for dinner on a post, so I just gave you some facts, buddy.
And then not to mention the fact that somebody's being a jerk to my wife, which does not make me very happy, but arguing on Facebook gets you absolutely nowhere.
But then the other day he posted a picture of the stuffed shells I made. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it up in an eye.
Those stuffed shells.
But I made these awesome stuffed shells, and Jeff posted a picture, and this guy was like, go get a steak.
Go buy a steak. I'm like, well, and do what with it? Eat it. Dude, I never said that I didn't, I never said that I completely cut that out, but he went with it, he rolled with it, and he just kept going, and it got to a point where, again, I eat what I eat, you eat what you eat, we're going to leave it at that. I'm not going to let my dietary restrictions foil friendships, family, anything like that. It has nothing to do with it. It's, I don't know, some people are taking it too far where somebody's consuming something and you're getting mad about it.
Or not consuming. People are mad because we're
you're not eating meat. So what?
Like, hey buddy, the planet's going to live longer for you because I'm not eating it. So you're
welcome.
welcome.
Yeah. It boils down to, I eat what I eat, you eat what you eat. Cool? Cool. End of discussion.
You want to move on to a happier question? We just went on a tangent.
Sure.
Dara says, what characteristics of myself, Jeff, and Cody do we hope to see in the new baby?
A beard.
I hope it doesn't come out with a beard, especially if it's a girl.
If it comes out looking like a Viking, I know it is mine.
If it's a girl, you don't want it to have a beard.
Could work at Barnum and Bailey? Or what is it?
I don't know, but that's
the circus.
Mean. We want a better life for our child than the circus. I hope the baby has my positive mindset, like my ability to go positive even when things feel
negatory.
Yeah, because I wasn't always this way.
Nope.
And life is so much better. So I hope that he or she just has like a positive mindset, and I hope that some people call me ditzy, but I think I just find like joy in really simple things. Like when the sun comes through our crystal chandelier perfectly at a certain time of morning, it leaves like reflective, it's like a disco ball, and it's so pretty in the morning, and I'll just sit here and drink my coffee and look at it, and I love it.
I have another point to add. If we are driving in our vehicle and we are morning and she's got sequins on her and the sun hits her just right, she's sitting there dancing and bobbing around and moving, and there's a disco party happening in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
With no music on. Well, she's happy as a clam.
So I hope the baby has that.
Yeah. What characteristics of me do you think the baby should have?
I hope the baby has your drive. Like
automatic or manual?
Not your dad jokes. I hope the baby does not get a sense of humor. Just your drive to like work. Because sometimes it makes me crazy, but I also think being that motivated is a good thing.
Yeah, that's what got me to.
But if the baby has my positivity and your drive, it's not going to say, I'm going to work until my body breaks down. It's going to be like, I'm going to work until I make a bunch of money and can retire early. It'll be a good mix.
I just keep going.
Cody. His imagination.
Imagination and say like with technology.
And creativity.
Yep.
Yeah, Cody's so great. There's so many great things about Cody.
His gullibleness.
But his innocence.
Yeah.
You know, Cody is 10 and still just very much a kid. And I love that about Cody. I love that no matter what, he doesn't grow up too fast. Even with kids around him, maybe growing up faster. And just, yeah, his like love of learning and creating and all of that. I hope the baby's a lot like Cody. Dara said you should talk about how you keep your positive mindset. I need help. I think I already covered it though.
Yep, that has been.
A lot of it's faith.
And a lot of it's.
I don't think I covered that. I don't talk about my faith a lot, but my name actually means God will provide, and He's proven that time and time again in all different kinds of ways, whether in friendships or my husband or financially, or there was a time when God provided me a free car when I really, really, really needed a car and really had no money. So,
And then He provided a mechanic.
but, yeah, that's true. But that was in Florida. You weren't there.
No, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, there's never a problem too big that God can't get us through. So, I think that's it. Jeff you ate 3 pieces of pizza?
I ate 3 pieces.
I haven't even finished one.
3 pieces.
We have to.
What? I had 3 pieces.
Good job.
Yes.
We're gonna wrap this up
so
that I can eat now cold pizza because I talk too much. I hope you enjoyed kind of getting to know a little bit about us, what's going on in our life. We'll kind of keep you updated with the job situation and how Cody's schooling is going. If you guys want to see more videos, a little more in depth about what it's like raising a child with Asperger's, I would absolutely love to do that for you if you want to see it. So just let me know in the comments down below if you want to see that. I will be doing a pregnancy update. I'm not going to do one this week. I'll do it next week, and I'll combine the 2 weeks. And I'm going to be filming how I make my breaded tofu recipe that's been asked for. So I have all of that coming up in the next couple of weeks. If you like this video, I would love it so much if you would subscribe. It helps out my channel a lot and will help me get to my goal of 500 by March 3rd. Make sure to like this video and comment down below, and we will see you all in our next video. Bye!